Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. Today, we're jumping back into the festival playlist for the autumn season and series 27, grabbing 80% completion, unlocking all the rewards along the way. So if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. Let's jump into this week's festival playlist. Now, before we jump into this week's festival playlist for the autumn season and grab 80% completion, let's take a look at all the rewards for this week. For 50% completion, we have the number 777 Corvette Z06 Formula Drift. For 80% completion, the Toyota 2000 GT. For this week's online trial, we have the 1992 Toyota Celica. And for this week's autumn games, or the playground games, we have the number 24 Mercedes-Benz truck. And then the three seasonal championships with the Porsche 917 LH, the Porsche Macan Turbo 2019, and a brand new car to Forza Horizon 4, the Lexus RCF. And we are kicking off this week's festival playlist and the autumn season with 30% complete, having completed this week's FORZA Challenges American automakers. That is worth 15% towards your autumn season. There's a link in description and a video on the channel already on how to get that done. We have one daily challenge worth 1% called Full Beans. That is complete as well. Complete all 7 daily challenges. That is worth 7% towards your autumn season. We also have this month's monthly rivals complete as well, worth 6% towards your autumn season. Just one clean lap. Doesn't need to be good, doesn't need to be fast, it just needs to be clean. I usually get this done in summer because it carries over to all 4 seasons. We also have online ranked adventure or series 27 complete. That is worth 15% towards your autumn season. Again, completing this in summer because it carries over to all seasons. To complete online ranked adventure or series 27, hop into your pause menu, slide on over to the online adventure tab, and online ranked adventure in the middle at the bottom. If this is locked for you, play some quick play adventure, reach tier 3, and ranked online adventure will become unlocked. Once inside this menu, pick a category and stick with it. Complete your required amount of qualifying adventures, and that'll be ranked online adventure completed. Like I say, we're starting off this week's autumn season at 30% complete, but we need to get to that 80% completion. We'll be completing this week's photo challenge, House of Rod. We'll be completing the 3 PR stunts and the 3 seasonal championships. But let's kick things off at the beginning with this week's photo challenge, House of Rod. Take a photo of any Rods and Customs car with the Broadway Church. We need 2 things for this week's photo challenge. We need a car and we need a location. So the location is in the middle of Broadway, just next to this danger sign. It's called the Leap of Faith. Second thing you're going to need is a car, so head on over to your garage and filter by Rods and Customs. Now you can bring any Rods and Customs that you like, anyone that takes your fancy. I'm going to be bringing the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. So here is the location in question with the church just to my right. There's the danger sign, the Leap of Faith. So hit up on the D-pad to access photo mode. Once in photo mode, make sure you have the car and the church in frame. Hit RB, and that is photo challenge completed. Photo contains Broadway Church. Photo contains any Rods and Customs for 2 rewards, 1 super wheel spin and 1,000 influence. So with this week's photo challenge, House of Rod completed. That is worth 3% towards our autumn season. Let's move on to the 3 PR stunts, kicking things off with the danger sign, Roman Ruins. Roman Ruins is located on the left-hand side or the west side of the map, just near Mortimer Gardens, and we're looking for a seasonal objective of 557.7 feet. For this week's danger sign, I'm breaking out a 1958 Austin Healey Sprite Mark I, running 668 horsepower and 4-wheel drive. If you'd like to use any of the tunes for the cars shown in today's video, just search my gamer tag Skippy4631 or the file name Skippy YouTube. Here we go then in the Austin Healey. The danger sign is just round the corner. It is quite tricky, this one, and I'm not a fan of it, but hey ho, we need to get it done. The car straight and true off the ramp at 140 miles an hour. That should be easy peasy for the Frog Eye. 648.80 feet. The seasonal objective completed. So with the Roman Ruins, our first PR stunt absolutely obliterated. That is worth 6% towards our autumn season. Let's move on to our second PR stunt, Copse Speed Trap. This week's Speed Trap is located between Moorhead Wind Farm and the Lakehurst Forest. We're looking for a seasonal objective of 182 miles an hour. Now to get this week's Speed Trap complete, and because this car is available in the FORZA shop for just 350 FORZA points, we're going to be breaking out the 2004 Maserati MC12 FORZA edition, running 910 horsepower and rear-wheel drive. Here we go then, 182 miles an hour, a nice big run up to make sure we get up to that speed, which we are already above it. We're at 200 miles an hour. Currently doing, where's the camera? There it is. To the camera, 209.72. Easy work for the Maserati. The seasonal objective completed. So with the Copse speed trap now complete, our second PR stunt done and dusted. That is actually worth 7% towards our autumn season, bringing us up to 50% completion, unlocking the Ferrari 512S and the number 777 Corvette. Let's go ahead and complete our third and final PR stunt, Hillside Speed Zone. This speed zone is located in the north of the map near Glen Ronnock, and we're looking for a seasonal objective of 86 miles an hour. For this week's speed trap, we're breaking out the 1992 Ford Escort RS Cosworth, running 999 horsepower and four-wheel drive. This car can be picked up at the auto show, 66,000 credits. Here we go then, let's go in the Ford Escort, coming in from the top side of the camera, so we're running downhill. A fairly nice run up to get that high entry speed. Going into the camera, the higher the better. Let's go, 86 miles an hour, can we do it? I think my personal best here is 96 in the Hoonigan RS200, which is the car I would recommend, but I'm not going to use it because not everyone has it unlocked. I like to keep things fair and use cars from the auto show. We're only just above the speed right now. I need to get a move on. Oh, 88.30. 3 stars, I think. And seasonal objective completed. With our third and final PR stunt now done, Hillside Speed Zone completed. That is actually worth another 7% towards your autumn season, bringing us up to 60% completion. Just these 3 seasonal championships to go. I'm going to go ahead and get these done. I'm going to meet you back here with what I used and what they entail. And with all 3 seasonal championships now complete, 2 of them being worth 7%, 1 of them being worth 6%, they are worth 20% in total towards your autumn season. We also completed 1 daily challenge full of beans, grabbing 1% along the way. We finish up on 81% completion for the autumn season, unlocking the Alien Morph Suit and the 2000 GT. Let's go ahead and take a look at all 3 seasonal championships in a bit more detail. The first seasonal championship of this week's festival playlist, Sinatra style. We're in the Road Racing Series over 3 events, 2 circuit and 1 sprint, 12.5 miles in length. We're in any classic racer as long as it is in Class A 800 for a wicked reward of the Porsche 917 LH. For this championship, I dusted off the 1966 Ford No. 2 GT40 Mark II, running 485 horsepower and four-wheel drive. This car can be picked up in the auto show, 10 million credits. The second seasonal championship for this week's festival playlist, the German Wheel, win the Road Racing Series over 3 events, all of them being sprint races, 12.8 miles in length. We're in any sports utility hero as long as it is in Class A 800 for a very tasty reward of the Porsche Macan Turbo. For this GT Championship, I broke out the 2017 Jaguar F-Pace S, running 482 horsepower and four-wheel drive. This car could be picked up in the auto show for just 55,000 credits. The third and final seasonal championship, finishing off this week's festival playlist, fully loaded. We're in the Dirt Racing Series over 3 events, all of them sprint races, 12.7 miles in length. We're in any Super Saloon as long as it is in Class A 800 for a brand new car to Forza Horizon 4, the Lexus RCF. This final championship, I broke out the 2011 Audi RS5, running 585 horsepower and four-wheel drive. This car can be picked up in the auto show for as cheap as 88,000 credits. There we go, 81% completion of this week's autumn season and the festival players for Series 27, grabbing the 50% completion number 777 Corvette Z06 and the 80% completion Toyota 2000 GT. We completed this week's FORZA challenge, this week's Forzathon challenges, 2 daily challenges, the 3 PR stunts, 3 seasonal championships, grabbing the brand new car to Forza Horizon 4, the Lexus RCF, monthly rivals, and online ranked adventure. If you have any questions about this week's Fest Pairs, do hit me up in the comments. I'll do my best to try and help you out, or someone here on the channel will. As always, thank you so much for watching. Definitely consider subscribing because we are on the push to 9,000 subscribers. Stay safe, guys, and have an awesome day.